What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Street Stories Uncut, we over East Baltimore, up the hill in them real trenches. Now, this situation took place many moons ago. I was over East Baltimore in that real ghetto. But before I hop off in the storytelling mode, we're gonna go ahead on and run the shout outs down for the people that have been supporting the channel through Cash App. First up on the list, we got the brother Ricardo Alexander. Brother always supporting the channel, sent his hard-earned money in, bless the channel through Cash App. Appreciate you, brother Ricardo Alexander. Next up on the list, we got the brother James Downsend. This brother watch all my content, been supporting since day one. Appreciate you, brother. Stay locked in. I got us. And last but not least, we got the sister Mikkel Davis. Sister sent the hard-earned money in. Appreciate you, sister. Can't appreciate you enough. Stay locked in. I got us. Now that we got that out the way, let's get it. Hey, man, so when they knocked Howland Ridge projects down, we moved in the county for a little while, for a couple of years, and we moved back in the city, back in the trenches. When I was like 15, we moved back in the trenches. And like I told y'all in the previous video, my big cousin, he owned a couple houses over East Baltimore. We moved in one of his spots and just paid him rent. He was the landlord, kept it in the family, you feel me? But anyway, my cousin, he was a big dog in that area we moved in. And without me knowing, he had put the word out in the community, like, yo, the new people moving in that house, that's my family right there, they good. But I'm not knowing this. All I knew was, shit, this is my new neighborhood right here. So off the brick, I was getting off the cane I had and the grass. I was respecting niggas though. I wasn't fucking with them side streets. You know, with East Baltimore, everything really happened on the side street. I lived on the main street, so I was just keeping it on the main street, Patterson Park Avenue. Cause niggas don't play them cutthroat gangs over East. That's an easy way to get your issue. But anyway, so around this time, man, this was around the time I had a book bag full of guns, a bunch of 38s. I had 145, a couple 9s, and a broken 22. We used to just keep that bitch. And the way I had all of them, see, back in the day, things used to come through selling pipes, trying to get that cane for real. We would scoop all of them up. Well, one thing we had them pipes. Plus, we used to get some other ways too, so yeah. I had brought my crew around there from out the way. I was new around there, I ain't know them niggas like that. They're my niggas now, but I ain't know them like that back then. I had my homeboys from the projects up there. We used to sit out on my front, shoot dice, had a 3-6 bumping, drinking, smoking, chilling. I was the new nigga. All the girls wanted to come chill with me on my front, me and my homeboys. And because my cousin was the big man around there for real, niggas ain't really throw me no shade around there. They was trying to come chill up on the front with us, for real. Fuck with the dice games, chill with the girls. And that's how I met a lot of them dudes up there. Became good friends over the years. But anyway, so because we not knowing, we had the G-Pass in the hood, me and my homeboys, when we used to come outside, we used to hit like a block down from our house, give it a little space from the house. But we knew not to fuck with them side streets. Man, we used to come out that bitch strapped like the Navy, thinking eventually somebody gonna come through with some slick shit to say we was gonna have to deal with it, but that shit just never happened. We used to be out that bitch strapped up. So around this time, right, a dude had moved in the house across the street from my house on Patterson Park and Gay Street. Young dude, we was the same age. I sat on my front and watched them move in for real. So after living on our block probably for like a couple weeks, Slim started coming outside. He used to sit on his front and shit, stay to himself, be quiet and shit. But one day I'm sitting on my steps, he's sitting on his steps. We right across the street from each other. And I know he be seeing me hitting sales and shit. So I'm thinking to myself, like, man, let me holler at yo, see what type of nigga yo is. So I'm sitting on the steps smoking a blunt. I'm like, yo, he look up. I'm like, yo, let me holler at you real fast, cuz. He pointing at himself like me. I'm like, yeah, let me holler at you real fast. He get up, start walking across the street, sit on the front with me and shit, right? I'm like, yo, you smoke? He like, hell yeah, that shit smell good as shit, dummy. Pass him the blunt. I'm like, where y'all from, yo? He like, we from over west, Fulton Avenue. I'm like, oh yeah, from over west? He like, yeah, our house caught on fire. We had to move over here. I'm like, house caught on fire? I'm like, oh, damn. He told me his name and shit like that. So he like, yeah, man, I just be chilling. He like, I be seeing you doing your thing and shit. I'm like, doing my thing? He like, yeah, I be seeing y'all. I'm like, oh yeah? He like, yo, I get down too. He like, I ain't got nothing right now. He like, yo, but if you need somebody, I be fucking with it too, you feel me? So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, what you was fucking with? The cane for real. I was pushing the cane for real. But this old head up my way for real. He like, yo, I know what I'm doing. He like, you know you can trust a nigga. I live right across the street. So I'm like, oh, all right, all right, all right. I'm like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna holler at you, Bob. He like, yo, plus, he like, yo, he did his hand like this. He like, I get busy too. He like, I play with that gun. He like, you need somebody for that? I do that too. Well, I'm looking at him now like, oh yeah, fuck this moved across the street from me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna holler at you. He gave me a 5. I get up, go in the house. He go back across the street and shit. So I was going up Lake Clifton at the time. He gets enrolled in Lake Clifton. He start walking the same route to school with me. Long story short, we get cool as a fan. We walk to school together every day. We get out of school. He hanging on the front with me now with the homeboys from out the way, from out the project. Slim from over west for real. I'm the one that really told niggas around the way like he good. Once I realized I was good around there, I made sure he was too. So I remember what he tells me, right? As far as about him playing with them blicks, right? So I give him a job. I say, fuck it, I ain't gonna put no pack in his hand yet. We gonna see how he deal with security, right? Had a tray 8, gave him a 6-shooter. Told him just watch the block when we out here. So he was getting like $150 a day just to do that, right? Back then to us, that was a couple hours before we start really stinging shit, seeing some real money. But anyway, we used to be out that bitch all day and all night sitting on the steps with that pipe on, watching over the block. One night we out that bitch, had the motion, Good Friday night. I never forget, this gray Nissan Altima pulls up. 2 girls in the front seats, one girl light-skinned, she was driving. But the brown-skinned one from the passenger seat, she the one that was asking, us like, yo, where the grass at, where the grass at? So one of my little man hop up on the stoop, get to walking over to the car. While he's in mid-stride halfway to the car, a nigga with a black ski mask raised up out the back seat with that pipe in his hand. Get to blowing that bitch. All you hear, boom, 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 boom. Flame jumping out his fucking hand. Flipped my little man backwards. And the bitch just pulled off. Skirt. But when they tried to pull it off, the bitch slammed into the back of this truck. Boom! Who was coming off Lanville Street. Ran right into the back of your shit. Bitch, no bullshit. Shorty from over west, he come running across the street letting that bitch go. Boom, 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 boom. Motherfuckers balled up on the steps, laying underneath the cars and shit. Shorty running down on the car like it. Boom, boom, boom. The nigga in the back seat shooting back. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't gonna lie, I was up under the car. Shorty from over west was still running toward the car full speed. But his gun was clicking like the bitch in the Altima, she backed up from the truck that she hit, tried to run yo over when she backed up and hurried and picked off. Got out of there in front of the car, fucked up. One of my other homeboys get to blowing at the car while she pulling off. They hit Federal Street, got out of there. Car fucked all up. My little man in the middle of the street holding his stomach. Everybody get up, rush over there to him. He in the middle of the street, fucked up. Just get to hearing paramedics, police cars, and all that shit coming. Niggas get to getting out of there because niggas had them poles on them. Usually I had my shit on me, but I ain't had nothing on me. Slipping that night. We tell Shorty from over west, go in the house. He passed the joint off. He went in the house, jumped in the shower and all that shit. I stayed there with Shorty. Me and one of my other homeboys rode to the hospital with him in the ambulance and all that shit. But we didn't get in, but we followed the ambulance down John Hopkins. They end up taking him to shock trauma. Investigators trying to question us and all that old bullshit. You know, we stick to the script. The police ends up tracking the car down. It was stolen. They found that bitch crashed up around the corner from where this shit happened. Holes all in the back of that bitch. But obviously ain't nobody get hit. Cause you know they checked the hospital at the shootings and shit like that. Ain't nobody checked in or nothing like that. And to this day, we still don't know what that was about. Who they were, none of that shit. My little man survived and missed his organs and shit like that. He got shot twice in his stomach. Lord, he got a zipper right now because of that shit. And the funny thing is, if I was to see those girls the day of tomorrow, bro, I would not recognize them. I don't think I would. Yeah, man, I ended up going to prison a little bit after that, right? A little while after that. All the years some change. I ended up seeing Shorty from over west that put that word in down Brockbridge in the system. He told me he had a gun charge. He was down there for 5 years. And me and Shorty tight to this day. We was down Brockbridge. He asked me about my little homeboy that got shot that night. I told him Shorty ain't in the street no more. Man, Shorty playing basketball for school and all that shit now. That situation changed his life. So, I mean, sometimes you can't get good out of bad.